This is Burrito. Burrito was here for the weekend while his mom went off to a party at a campsite for the long weekend. Burrito's a very good bunny. He's been very pleasant company. Yes, he's been a good boy. It was nice having a rabbit around. Renee wants to play with him. She's a little rambunctious and is not safe.
Today's a Friday. Yesterday was wasted. About this much, let's see, it's about 10 o'clock now, so it's been about an hour since breakfast. I was wrong about, 11 o'clock I started getting what I call the yawnies. The yawnies is where I just start yawning. I just like, over and over again. My eyes start to water. I just cannot stop yawning. It's like I never have enough oxygen in my body or something. And it's like somebody's drawing a felt hat over my brain. I'm just getting sleepy. And it gets to where all my limbs feel heavy. My brain gets stupid. And I cannot stay awake. I finally wound up collapsing and sleeping almost the entire day. I managed to do the dishes and to eat lunch. I tried to walk the dog at 11, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. I didn't have the patience. The other thing that happens when I'm like this is the only emotion left to me is anger. I only, I get worked up into a lather or nothing. Taken a sample of every vitamin I have in the cupboard. Then I'm going to drink more coffee. Let's see if I can stave off the yawnies and be productive today. Well, I wouldn't say I successfully beat the yawnies, but I beat them well enough that I have some energy. Not a lot of energy. I still feel angry about anything. What you got, I'm mad about it. Just mindless, incoherent rage dancing around. Everything irritates me. Even this camera. I managed to get enough of a handle on the yawnies that I can do something today. So I'm like, great, okay, I get to work. I start working. The little bits of metal from the grinder start flinging onto my knees and it hurts. So I'm like, I better wear my coveralls. I have now spent the last 45 minutes looking in the same places over and over again, waiting for my coveralls to magically reappear from whence they have magically vanished. The coveralls are in the bus. That's where I left them. I have looked every nook and cranny, opened every box, every drawer, peeked under, around, behind, and through everything. No coveralls. I looked in the dressing room. I looked through all my drawers. I looked through pile of clothes.
I looked through the hanging clothes. I looked in the laundry. I looked in the clothing hanging. I looked in the gazebo. I looked beside the
Well, after walking past them at least a half a dozen times, screaming profanity at the top of my lungs, they were just hanging off a hook in the porch. My mood is so crappy right now. All I can think is, how do I get rid of this mood? That's much better. Good girl. Yeah. Was that fun? Yeah. I had some fun too. There you go. A good scratch is a good thing, huh? Yes. That's right, little girl. Like a good scratch to make you happy. You're a good-looking dog, Renee. Yes, you are. You're a good-looking dog. Yeah.
The truck still doesn't work. Dan's truck is broken. He can't even pick up his tools, much less get any work done. That's 4 jobs lost already, out of a budget that's already tight. So down here is the latest bus project, the shower pan floor. The idea is to build up these edges, the rest of the floor by 1/2 inch, so as to get about 1 inch of depth in the pan and line it with the old pond liner that I've got. Unfortunately, before I do that, I have to get rid of the rust, and it's at a point now where I have to paint it with a product called Seal, and I have none, and it's expensive. Meanwhile, I have a kind of a rudimentary hole dug, and I've stuck this funnel here to allow me to pee in the bus at night. So we got this massive hole here that has to be patched over. So we're out of oranges. I got a couple of lemons for my vitamin C. Gonna run out of eggs soon. There's no maple syrup left. If it wasn't for all of the canning jars full of dog food that I put up last year, we wouldn't even be able to feed our dogs. It's getting ugly. Walking the dog helped, put me in a better mood. I stopped and talked to people and introduced the puppy. And it put me in a better mood. And now I'm out at the bus and appreciating the fact that I could get to have a wood fire tonight. I got marshmallows to roast. I've got this retreat space. You know, Minister is the poor sot that has to solve this crisis, so he's in the thick of it, which puts him in crisis mode, which is hard to live with.
Are you settling down for an after-dinner nap? Tummy to tummy? You just had lunch? Yeah, you're so cute. Look at that face. You're very photogenic, Renee. You draped it with a blanket. Now what? Are you trying to take it off again or what? Hey, don't chew on the bed. No, Renee, that's not for chewing. No. Look what you're doing. Look at the damage you're doing. Now she'll settle. Maybe. So much for the blanket. spicy, chili con carne, super carne. I put in enough peppers to choke a Mexican. Look at my apron. It matches my shirt. Hey, it's a meetup. Chrome Valdez and Cruz Valdez and some patrons.
Came at the beach, but anyway, I got to the point where I shut my phone off, and I'm like, all right, guys, good night. And the guy's like, good night, man. I rolled out my window, went in the back, we went to bed. They were right there. But I wasn't the only van dweller there. There was like 8 of them down the side. And I was like, good night, guys. They're like, good night. You know, they just don't give a shit.
Well, that was fun. I sat for, a good few hours hanging out in the parking lot with Chrome Valdez. Lots of fun. Chatting with some van dwellers and just really glad I showed up. I'm really glad I did. I almost didn't. I was so anxious. But it's time to stop. I have to go find a bathroom. I'm getting tired and sleepy. I want to sit and just chill. So that's an end to it.
Back in the bus again. Renee's playing. Oh, my death whistle. She doesn't like it. So I had a lot of fun visiting Chrome. I wanted to get out there on the road right away and just go. And I'm like, what if I just hitched up the trailer and just went? And I remembered I don't have enough money to fill the tank more than twice, so I wouldn't get very far. Ooh, it's awfully dark in here. My kettle's going off. Toasted. Oh, I spilled. What's she barking about? There must be neighbors coming and going. I better go check. What you doing, Renee? You want to go out there? Hey, Renee, are you coming?
Okay, here we go.
Come on, Renee.
There's Timmy Tim. Go, Renee.
Ciao.
This is Luke. Luke is a multi-talented gentleman. Very intelligent, very capable, and I don't know why I can afford him. But he's putting the electricity in my bus. Yes, I'll be able to use all these outlets. I'll be able to use the extension cords just for power tools. Bonus. So, thank you, Luke. Oh boy, well, for the first time in a very long time, if ever, I plugged in the speakers that I've been saving for the bus. I really didn't have the power outlets for it. Ooh, I had this bus bumping. Rock this bus. Yes! What fun. So it's just so delightful to have, look. I have an electrical panel. It's got labeled switches. It's got, see? He's labeled everything. Labeled. It's beautiful. And then I've got one circuit left over, and I have 2 wires in the back that are going to run lanterns, lighting, that I still have to hook up. And then we'll have 12-volt lighting, which is good. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, this is just shore power, but it does have a charger out so that it can run to the batteries. Now, these are things that I'm going to want power off the battery bank equally. There's 3 on the inverter, and so this will run off the battery, and I could just transfer these manually, physically, just go boink, boink, once this is set up, and it'll probably sit like this. So yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. I can plug these into the inverter. I can turn switches and breakers off and on. I've got the main, and I've got 4 circuits. Oh, and even better, this has been a long time waiting. Huh? Ventilation. Yes. Goes in 2 directions and 3 speeds. Whoa! Oof!
Took pillows off. Hi, Renee! What you doing? What you doing? You're upside down. Hi, Renee! You're upside down. You can't get at me. No, you can't. Hi, Renee.